and we are now live. My name is Steve Sherman, and I'm going to be assisting from a technical point of view with our partisan song commemoration. We are very proud to have our special guest all the way from Australia. We have Eli Rabinowitz, who's just going to say a few words before we commence. So over to you, Eli.
Thank you. So here we are again for the fourth time running at Hertzler School in Cape Town, South Africa. And it is absolutely fantastic to have our partners at World Ort, 3 schools this time, at Simcha and Shevnitsky in the Ukraine and Ort in Moscow in Russia. And so we'll start without further ado, because you all know what we do at these collaborations, and it's very inspirational for the rest of the world to see what we do. Thank you very much. Okay.
So my name is Kiara, and we are the Hertzler High School in Cape Town in South Africa. Our school is situated on the mountain called Table Mountain, which is one of the 7 wonders of the world. We are a Jewish day school, and most of the Jewish community comes to our school. We often have projects and fundraisers and initiatives to help the community and to do mitzvahs in our community. And some of us are even going to the Global Climate Change March later today. We are a top academic school in South Africa. We have a really good music department and choir, which are all here today. I've been in the choir for almost 6 years now, and even last year we went to Israel on a tour. And every year there are many opportunities to go on tour to Israel and experience our Jewish heritage. There's also all kinds of sports and extracurriculars that are offered, and we're all really, really happy to be on this group call with you guys, and yeah, we're excited to hear about you.
Are we going to do the song? Right.
Never say that you are going your last way. Your let-filled skies above what out the blue of day. The hour for which we long will certainly appear. The earth shall find beneath our tread, but we are here. We reside in dawn.
So we came all last against the nets and bed. Pushing the blind up, push the blind head. Come and let no good to us, but then to show. Set the point along the front, behind the door. Come and let no good to us, but then to show. Set the point along the front, behind the door. Allah marinade aqui a afona, hayom l'estrehanana, hayom l'safdaloya ve'yavo, u'mitzadenu od yarim anachnupo, hayom l'safdaloya ve'yavo, u'mitzadenu od yarim anachnupo. For us the morning sun will radiate the day, and the enemy and past will fade away. Shut the door today, our sunrise waits so long, and let some future generations sing the song. Shut the door today, our sunrise waits so long, and let some future generations sing the song. The song was written with our blood and not with lead. This is no song of dreamers flying overhead. Let the people have it comes and wants to stand. They stood So we came on us to case and lesson there. Was in the night and the strength and said, Ruben and Robert, I step back to shore. Says a white and trust beside the door. Ruben and Robert, I step back to shore. Says a white and trust beside the door. Never say that you are going your lost way. But let the skies above blot out the blue of day. The hour which we long will certainly appear. The earth shall underneath our tread that we are here. The hour which we long will certainly appear. The earth shall underneath our tread that we are here.
Wow. That was amazing. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to ask you guys to please take a seat. We're going to start with, let's give one of the other schools a chance to begin. We're going to call upon Ort Simcha in Ukraine. If you want to wave your hands, if you can unmute yourself, then you can tell us the facts about your partisan. Who is your partisan, and what are the facts that you've put together? Just don't forget to unmute yourself. We've got no sound. Have you unmuted? You need to click on the little microphone on your screen. There we go. Perfect.
Hi, we are Simcha, and we want to tell you about Bernard Mousman. Bernard Mousman was born in 1930 in Metz, France. The Nazi takeover in 1940 forced all his family to move to the south of France, which was outside of German control. They sent Bernard to a boarding school where he posed as a Catholic, and there he became a courier for the Siximi, a resistance group. And he transported all falsified papers for those who was escaping Nazi persecution. Bernard often came face to face with Germans and French sympathizers, but he knew well how to act confident and had a trick to ask for the time or a match in perfect German. This eased any suspicions others might have of his true identity. Exactly his chutzpah and his youth saved him countless times.
When the Gestapo came to the boarding school looking for Bernard, the dean arranged his escape before the Germans could capture him. Bernard went to Millau when rejoined the 16, all of whom joined the Makkos armed resistance. Age 14 and very afraid, Bernard went into an ambush against the Nazi troops, gaining bravery once in battle. When the French army reformed, he was made a second lieutenant, but given a desk job. Refused the permission to fight on the German front. He revealed in exasperation his true age and Jewish identity.
Within 2 weeks, he was released from his duty and sent back to his schoolmates and family. It was an exciting time in certain ways, Bernard remembers. As a young man, he swore to never speak German again. I know it was hateful, and I remember what Germany did for Israel, but I still can't forget, Bernard remembers. Bernard has not since uttered a word of the invaders' language. Bernard passed away in 2010.
And now we want to sing a song.
сможет не прийти. Шаг за шагом мы идем к нему не зря. Долгожданный час не сможет не прийти. Шаг за шагом мы идем к нему не зря. Let's go into it, so wide away the snow. We've been going later and we shall have more. And let us want to our God below the earth. There are courage and a spirit every verse. And let us want to our God below the earth. There are courage and a spirit every verse. The early morning sun will brighten our day. And yesterday without a fall will fade away. But if the sun delays and in the east remains, this song is past for generations must remain. But if the sun delays and in the east remains, this song is past for generations must remain. Не считай, что ты достиг конца пути. Если тучами затянута заря, долгожданный час не сможет не прийти. Шаг за шагом мы идем к нему не зря. Долгожданный час не сможет прийти. Шаг за шагом мы идем к нему не зря.
Okay, we're now going to ask for Ort Moscow. Ort Moscow, if you can unmute your microphone.
Today I'm going to be talking about a Soviet Ukraine-Russian partisan. He was born in Kemerovo, Ukraine in 1922. He lived with his family in the forest. He gained knowledge of the forest from his father. These skills later saved his life. In 1941, Germans occupied his village, and they sent his family to ghetto. When he was in a wagon with his family, he tried to escape by jumping out of and running into the forest, while Germans shoot round. Unfortunately, he was the only one of his family to survive the war. After a while, Semyon found friends in the forest, and they lived in the forest for a while. Later, his friends found a group of Russian partisans. Soon they were receiving support from regular Soviet forces. Lastly, his unit was sent on a mission to Book River. After the war, he immigrated to United States in New York. He passed away in 2009. That's it.
Не считай, что ты достиг конца пути. Если тучами затянута заря, долгожданный час не сможет не прийти. Шаг за шагом мы идем к нему не зря. До страны зеленых пальцев снегов привезли мы нашу боль и наш исход, но решимостью и твердостью шагов обернулась нами пролитая кровь. Но решимостью и твердостью шагов обернулась нами пролитая кровь.
Yeah.
Just say that while they were singing that, Ella was singing with them.
I will say that. So we have a special guest with us. Let's see if we can focus in a little bit. Ella, if you could just wave your hand, please. There we go. You can look over here. We have Ella with us, and Ella is a Holocaust survivor. And while you were singing your song, Ella was actually singing along with you, because you were singing your song in which language?
Yiddish.
In Yiddish. And of course, Ella understands Yiddish. But everyone's singing it in Yiddish, aren't they?
Yeah, she was singing with them.
Okay, all right. So Ella was singing it with you guys, and she was definitely there with you in spirit. But now we're going to ask for Ort Chidovitsky to join us, please.
Joe Kubrick was born in Russian Ukraine, not far from Ukraine, on July 1st of 1926. Before the war, Kubrick's family didn't experience much anti-Semitism, but after the war, all broke out. Joe's village was filled with Ukrainian fascists who cooperated with Germans to kill Jews. In August 1941, Joe left his village. He found a Ukrainian farmer who hired him as a farm hand. In the end of 1941, Russian partisans came at Joe's farm. They took him to the forest of Drugovich.
A few months after Joe arrived, a junior secret service was formed. Joe and other teenagers were toughed up in the training, taught secret codes and the rules of espionage. The junior secret service spied on German troops and provided the information to the saboteurs. Joe still bears some shrapnel scars, which he received in the gunfight with the German army. And also a German bombardment left him deaf in one ear. Joe then fought in Israel's War of Independence and worked for Mossad, Israeli Secret Service, before he went to America, where he became a successful businessman.
Мені кажуть, сядьте, не видно. Задні нехай би стояли.
Задні встань. Другий ряд, встаньте. Дівчата,
Война тумане такива страна, это район мистиру шмейганана, зайом не ставнуло для бейляко, умница бейнуло для им анахнако, зайом не ставнуло для бейляко, ומצעדנו עוד ימים אנחנו פה. עמוד השחר על יומנו אור יפה. אם הצורר יחלוף מולנו כמוצא, אך אם חלילה יאחר לבוא בהוד, כמו סיסמה יהיה השיר מדור מדור. אך אם חלילה יאחר לבוא בהוד, כמו סיסמה יהיה השיר מדור מדור. נכתב הדם ורע עופרת הוא נכתב, הוא לא שירת ציפור הדרור והמרחב, כי בין קירות נופלים שרו כל רעב, יחדיו שרו ונגנים בידם. כי בין קירות נופלים שרו כל רעב, יחדיו שרו ונגנים בידם. על כן עיניו תאמר דרכי האחרונה, את אור היום הסתירו שמי העננה. זה יום נסחפנו לו עוד יער ויבוא, ומצעדנו עוד ימים אנחנו פה. זה יום נסחפנו לו עוד יער ויבוא, ומצעדנו עוד ימים אנחנו פה.
Okay, and now we're going to ask some Brits here to read the facts about their partisan. Do we know who it is? Ah, we do.
Emma and Shane.
And face the camera. That's it.
Hi, I'm Emma. And I'm Shayna. Okay. In perhaps one of the darkest periods in history, remarkable stories of bravery and valor serve as a constant reminder that evil will never prevail. In a time where 3% of the world's population perished, stories like the Bilski brothers are a true testament of our humanity. By 1941, the Holocaust had already taken toll on thousands of people, including the Bilski brothers. Tuvia and Zeus Bilski took refuge in the forest of Belarus after witnessing their parents die at the hands of the Einsatzgruppen. They decided to take action and evade Nazi officers. They encountered other Jewish families who have also sought refuge in the forest. They joined together and invaded, and they decided whether to invade or hide from the Nazi officers. By joining forces with the Jewish families, they chose the former option and began the resistance struggle, a Bilski partisan. For the remainder of 1941, the partisans lived peacefully in the forest. They established a school, engaged in debate, and celebrated weddings. These were potentially the greatest acts of defiance. They prolonged the very thing that the Nazis wished to destroy. However, as time continues, word of their survival reached the German army, who launched a campaign to destroy them.
This forced the brothers to question the very nature of resistance. Zeus wanted to retaliate against the Nazis in an act of vengeance, whilst Tuvia felt that acting violently was mirroring the violence of the perpetrator. Their contrasting opinions were too conflicting, and Zeus decided to leave the camp and join a local company of Soviet military partisans. Tuvia remained in the group as their leader, only fighting when attacked. Eventually, Zeus returned to the group, and a unified battle was waged against the Germans. As we see from the story of the relentless Bilski brothers, resistance may come in many forms. Their spirit of resistance, however, is always the same. It is ordinary people standing up against extraordinary events. And because of these few ordinary but determined people, thousands of people survived to share their remarkable stories and to spread the hope of a better world. Thank you.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to see how much you have learned about the partisans through the presentations from all the schools, and we are going to run our Kahoot quiz. So please get out your devices if you have a laptop or a cell phone or a computer, and I'm going to share on the screen what you will need to type on your screen. Let's just quickly go like this. You need to go to kahoot.com, and it's spelled KAHOOT.com, and you're going to click on enter pin. All right, so let me share this on your screen with you. Here we go. We're going to go like this. So you're going to go to kahoot.com. You're going to enter the pin, and we'll give you the pin right now. And when you've done that, afterwards you're going to enter your nickname. Your nickname will be your country and your name, just so that we know which country you're from. So some of you have got cell phones, some of you have got tablets. While that is going on, I'm going to quickly log into Kahoots. Right. Are you all ready? Have you all managed to log in? We're going to give you the PIN code in a second. As soon as the program loads up, there we go. We're going to log in, and I will share the screen with you. Good, so are you ready? Okay, the PIN code is coming shortly.
Should I show on my foot?
Sorry?
Someone maybe show it on their foot.
I think they've got the device there. They should be okay. We're just going to go to My Kahoots, and then we'll be ready to rumble. Okay, let's go. We're going to play. The game pin. Okay, I'm going to share it now. Let's go to share screen. Okay, can you see the screen now? The Kahoot screen? No, I'm going to share with you guys so you can see it too. Okay, they can see it. That's great. I'm busy juggling two computers here. So you guys can see it. I'm just going to quickly go to my screen and just go down a little bit so I can. There it is. Let's go down. Classic mode. And the PIN code will be, I'll call it out for you, 662620. And we'll see who's signing in because your names will pop up on the screen. You can put South Africa SA, that's fine. We have one player already. Let's have a look. 3 players. Let's have a look at some of the names. We've got Nicola SA, we've got Ava SA, we've got Jaden. These are all the South Africans. Russians, have we got any Russians? Do you see anyone from any other countries? Oh, there was a Russia, there we go. We saw Ukraine, very good. So if you put your country and your name, then we know who you are. We've got 36 players. We're up to 37, almost. Maybe we're going to go up to 50 players. Let's have a look. We've got 43. And let's have a look at some of the names. We'll start over here. We're going to go down. Oh, a lot of Ukraine are joining us. We're up to 54. That's fantastic. 55. We'll give you another minute or two to sign in. We're up to 57. This is fantastic. 57. We'll give you another 10 more seconds to sign in if you need to. All right. Are you all ready? Okay. We're up to 59 so far. Remember, for those of you that have not played Kahoot On your device, you will get 4 colors for different answers. You must try and match your answer to the answer on the screen. We are now up to 60. We had 61 players. Let's see how it works out. Here goes. "11 questions. What is the Yiddish name for the partisan song?" You've got 30 seconds to answer. We've got 15 answers coming in very quickly. We're up to 30 answers, 20 seconds left. Do you know the name of the song in Yiddish? If you think you know what it is, just push it over there. 61 answers, 62. Okay, all the answers came in. 57 got it correct. And we're going to have a look at the leaderboard. Right now, Hannah in SA is leading. We've got a lot of South Africans. Ukraine and Russia, please feel free to join in and move up the leaderboard if you would like. The next question. How did Frank Bleichman avoid capture? Was it A, did he refuse to wear the Star of David armband? He dressed like a Polish policeman. His courage and fluency in Polish saved him, or all of those? Which one do you think is the correct answer? One second. 29 got it correct. 17 got it correct. 7 got it correct, and 5 got it correct. That is because all of them are correct. It was a nice, easy one. Next question. Oh, I see that we have Kiara has moved to the top. We have Michaela, we have Meg, we have Adam and Shiny. Of course, anything can change. Next question at 21. Frank Bleichman was the youngest platoon commander in his unit. He was very proud that he kidnapped Joseph Mengele. He saved his whole family. He took the future Prime Minister of Poland to a big meeting. Or he built a network of tunnels underground. The answers are coming in very quickly. We've got 10 seconds left, and we've already got 50 answers in. 4, 3, 2, 1. 2 of you got it correct. He took the future Polish Prime Minister to a very important meeting. All right. Of course, if you did research that person, you would probably know. Next question. Meg is now on top. How many Bielski brothers were there? How many Bielski brothers were there? The answer coming in very quickly. You're sitting with 45. 15 seconds left. We've almost got all the answers in. 9 seconds. Do you know how many Bielski brothers there were? The correct answer is 4. 16 of you got that correct. Ah, look at this. We have Ukraine moving all the way up. We have Ukraine in 3rd, 4th, and 5th place, but 2 in South Africa, Russia, Moscow. You are welcome to join us at any time. Okay, next question. Who was the commander of the Bielski partisans? Who was the commander of the Bielski partisans? Was it Tuvia, Aaron, Alex, or Asael? If you think you know the answer, type it in. 20 seconds left. We've got 55 answers in so far. We've only got 10 seconds left, and we're up to 57 answers. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And of course, most of you knew that it was Tuvia. Well done. Let's see if that's going to change the leaderboard. Oh, wow. It's still pretty close. We have Ukraine coming very close. And let me tell you, the point difference between 3rd and 2nd place is incredibly close. So one wrong answer could change everything. Bernard Mussmann was born and lived in which country? Germany, France, Lithuania, or Poland? Nine seconds left. We've got most of the answers in. 4, 3, 2, 1. And 27 of you knew that it was France. Now we have one South African, our lone South African in front, and the rest are all from Ukraine. There's a good chance that Russia is coming up very close behind because the score difference is incredibly close. Next question. Bernard Mussmann was not allowed to fight for the French. What did he do out of frustration? Did he resign from the army? Did he kill some Germans? Did he run away, or did he reveal his Jewish identity? We've got 42 answers in. We're getting close to 10 seconds. We're up in the 50s already. A lot of confidence going on here. 3 seconds left with 56. 17 knew that he revealed his Jewish identity. He had kept that a secret all that time. And when they refused to send him to the German front, he was so frustrated that he actually revealed that he was Jewish. Right, Ukraine is now in 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th place. But will they be able to hold on? We've got a few more questions left. Where did Russian partisans discover Joe Kubrick? Do you know where they found him? Was it in a forest, in a shop, on a farm, or in a school?
Wow.
5 seconds coming, and we've got most of the answers in. 2, 1, and of course it was on a farm. He was working on a farm when they discovered him. Oh, we have Nickelback at the bottom, and of course we still have Ukraine on top. We've got about 3 questions left. Joe Kubrick joined which group as a teenager? Was it the Polish resistance, the medical team, the weapons delivery, or the junior secret service? Which group did Joe Kubrick join as a teenager? The answers are coming in very quickly. And if there's a lot of discussion here, it means you guys are not sure. 7 seconds. We've got 58 answers in. 30 of you knew that it was the junior secret service. Chernovitsky has come out of nowhere and is now sitting in top place. Ukraine is coming in 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th, and South Africa has been knocked out of the top 5. We've got 2 more questions left. You could get back onto the leaderboard. Semyon Munich survived his escape from the Nazis by performing music to entertain the Nazis, cooking for German soldiers, hiding in the forest, or swimming across the lake. We've got 13 seconds left. 54 answers in. We're getting up to all the hiding in the forest was the correct answer. Oh, look at this. We have Ukraine, 2nd place. We have Chernovitsky. We have them in 1st place. We have Chernovitsky in 3rd place. We have Kiev in 4th place and Ukraine in 5th place. South Africa, have they managed to snatch defeat from you? Let's find out. I mean, the victory from the jaws of defeat. Let's have a look. Last question. Semyon and his fellow partisans were absorbed into the Russian army. Their new mission was to look for tanks, to build weapons, to grow crops to feed the soldiers, or to capture German officers. 10 seconds left to make a difference. 7 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. All the answers were in. It was, of course, to capture German officers. And now we are going to reveal the leaderboard. In first place, we have Ukraine, Sophie. Where's Sophie? You want to wave your hand, Sophie, so we can see you? Let's just have a look where Sophie is. Hold on, I'm going to try and... Sophie's on the left. Okay, I'm going to just quickly switch over the camera so I can see you. Sophie, where are you? And then, of course, in second place, we have Chernovitsky. Where's Chernovitsky? Wave your hands. Are you from the same group? And then in third place, we had Ukraine, Arta. Where's Arta? Is Arta in the other group? There we go. Well done, Arta. And of course, the rest of you, you were obviously in the top 50 or top 58, which is very impressive. I do want to say one thing, a very important message is that while this was a quiz where you guys were almost having fun, the topic was quite serious. And I think that the goal of the quiz was not to have fun, but actually for you guys to learn something new about the partisans. So I hope that your research was interesting and that you managed to learn some new things. And I also hope that maybe you will take to heart some of the messages that you would have gained from what these partisans did and the risks they put their lives through to actually save their own families and themselves. And of course, because of them, many of us are here today. So on that note, Eli, would you like to say something as a parting note? Oh, we should there.
I wish them good. Where am I?
You facing the camera?
But I'm not there.
No.
Okay, can I just talk? So I just wanted to thank all the people that helped to organize this. It's their school, the schools in Russia and in Ukraine, and also the various people who put always hard work into this. And it's very important that we shouldn't forget and that we should commemorate the partisans, because as we know, they're getting older, and we as the younger people have to carry on the legacy and the message that they did such amazing things in such terrible circumstances. So I wish you all well. I wish you Shabbat Shalom, and may we meet again not too long and in Jerusalem. Shabbat Shalom. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye, everyone. We will see you.
Okay, just everyone, before you go, please sit down for a second. Just want to say well done to everyone and to people that spoke, Kiara, Emma, Shayna, and Saskia. Thank you for doing that, and to all of you for being a part of it and really making it so meaningful.
Thank you so much.
And also, we'd like to
Thank you very much.
So, Shabbat Shalom, and thank you, everyone.
Thank you, and Shabbat Shalom to everyone. Bye-bye.